Hello and thank you for joining and happy Sunday. Today we are doing some grouting in our awesome tile shower. If you've been staying up to date, we got our natural stone wall all up yesterday and we got our accent tile in and it looks sweet. So today I'm going to show you how to take subway tile and grout it in with a non-sanded grout. So this is really going to look sweet, and also I got my awesome theme music on again. So thank you all for joining. So my name is Brian McGee. I'm a home improvement expert and I've been customizing and creating homes for 15 years now. And I'm also the creator of the Handy Homeowner, where I teach you how to be a handy homeowner and fix your own home and customize it. So let's get into today's project. For today you're going to need non-sanded grout. This is a white, and I figured with the subway tile, since it has a gloss, I'd go with the non-sanded grout, so that way you don't have that little gritty to it. So this will give it a nice smooth look. And then also you're going to need about a rubber float. The rubber float has a nice rubber edge on it, and this makes it really nice for getting all that extra grout off, because the more you leave on here, the more you're going to have to wash off later. And also you're going to need a bucket and a sponge. So you're going to want a nice clean sponge. You don't want to use an old one for like stuff with white grout on it, or else you may contaminate the grout and then it will be stuck in there permanently. And Mandy will be answering any questions that you have today. She's reading as they're coming in. Hello, hello. So before you get started, I forgot one more thing. A great way to clean all your grouting out of these cracks, as you can see right here, you may get a little bit of that gray kind of dirty thin set in there. So what I like to use is a 5-in-1 and then just lightly pull it back, and then this will help clean out any grout that you may have. So you want to make sure anything that's a 1/16 or above, you want to kind of mow that down. And also I found it's handy if you take an old toothbrush and a cup of water, you can get in there and really get your detail clean, and then this will make it easy to get all that thin set out. And it took me a while to learn the toothbrush trick. This saves you a lot of time, and it also doesn't tear up your finger. Because the problem with these is sometimes you may chip up the tile, so you want to avoid that as much as possible. So after you have everything prepped, we are good to go. So you're going to want to follow the instructions on your grout. So this requires 2 pints of water for half a bag. So it's a good idea not to mix up all your thin set at once. So you just want to do a little bit. So I mixed up half the bag. So once you have a little bit on your trowel to start, you just want to smooth it in, and you're going to want to keep your trowel at a 45-degree angle. And it's also good to kind of give it a sweeping motion down and back up. So that way you make sure you get your grout into your cracks pretty deep. And then afterwards you're going to take your trowel at a 90-degree angle and go straight down. So you'll be able to cover a lot of ground quickly, because you're going to have to move quickly with this grout, because in 20 minutes you're going to want to get your sponge and your bucket of water ready, so that way you can clean off any of your extra. Because you're going to want to take your trowel and try to get off as much as possible with leaving extra in the crack, so that way you can smooth it off later. Is there any tile questions today? I know we've been on a tile streak for like 2 weeks, but I think this is the last tile job we'll have for a while, so you better get them in if you have any. Alrighty. So we got our cracks all good and filled. So afterwards you're going to want to let this set for 20 minutes, and then I'll show you up high how you want to take your sponge. So here's a damp sponge. You're going to want to get it damp, not like water pouring off of it or anything like that. And since I started up here earlier, I'll be able to show you how to sponge it off correctly. So you're going to take your sponge and apply light pressure and just kind of give it a circular motion, and you'll start to see all your tile come to life. And it's also good to keep one side dry, so that way you can come back and do some detail work as you're moving along. So it's nice, smooth sponging. And then the key is to not apply too much pressure where it removes all the grouts. So if you want to do this in 1 trip or 2 trips across the tile, just slowly get it. Sometimes it's better to take your time. All right. So I'm going to continue this awesome sponging and tiling and grouting. And then this transformation will be just about complete. And then also I got to grout in our accent tiles and our cool stone window. All right, so thank you all for joining today. Thank you for the hearts and thank you for sharing. And I will see you tomorrow with another home improvement tip. But wait.
We have a question.
Whose question?
Andrew says, does a stone repel water well or does it lend itself to mold quicker?
Ooh, that is a good question, Audra. This stone is just poured concrete with a decorative paint on it. So we use the hardy board behind it, so that way the hardy board is designed to fight off those evil black mold characteristics. But we're going to apply a wet sealer all over this to make sure we have no water penetration. And also, I'm going to take a grout bag and some thin set and then fill in these big cracks with a natural grout. So that way it will seal everything up and then it will be able to handle the waterfall shower.
Waterfall.
Waterfall. That's just temporary. Don't think it's cool, but yeah, we're going to have a big head up here. That should work out pretty sweet.
Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Thank you for joining. And also, you can go to brandmcgee.tv/tools, and then I have a cool PDF of the 15 tools you need before you remodel. And then also, there's a bonus video where I describe all those tools in detail, and I show you step by step what they can do and how they can make your life a lot easier. So if you want that video, you can go to brandmcgee.tv and then /tools, and then you'll be the first to know when my new course comes out, The Handy Homeowner. So make sure to tell all your friends about me so I can be the next Tim Allen or Mike Holmes or Norb or all those other cool construction guys. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you tomorrow, and we'll get into some other home improvement project. All right, have a good weekend, and I will see you tomorrow.